Everyone thinks they know the secret to backpacking Vietnam on a shoestring. Eat the street food, take the overnight buses, cram into a $10 a night hostel. It's the standard advice, the path everyone follows for an affordable adventure through one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And for years I followed it to the letter. And look, it works. You can travel Vietnam on a budget that way and have an incredible time for a fraction of what a regular vacation costs. But here's the catch no one talks about. It all still adds up. $10 for a dorm bed, $5 for food, another $10 for a bus ticket. Day after day, it's a slow, steady drain on your bank account. That so-called budget trip still has a timer on it, ticking down until your money runs out. But what if I told you that entire approach is wrong? That you might be overspending massively on the single biggest cost of your trip? What if you could flip the whole financial equation of backpacking on its head? I found a network of hostels in Vietnam where you can get a bed for next to nothing. We're talking less than the price of a cup of coffee. This isn't a gimmick. This is the real key to traveling the country for almost free, extending your trip by weeks or even months. So forget everything you thought you knew about budget travel, because it's all about to change. My journey started like most, in the chaotic heart of Ho Chi Minh City. I had a meticulous budget planned out, $25 a day. $10 for a hostel, $10 for food and drinks, and $5 for extras like a museum ticket. It sounds super cheap, right? But on the ground, it felt totally different. The first hostel I checked into was a classic backpacker spot. It was great. Rooftop bar, social events, a clean bunk. But at $12, it was already blowing my accommodation budget. So, the next day, I moved to a $10 place that was a little further out, a little less social. I was already making compromises. My days turned into a constant, low-level hum of money anxiety. I'd walk an extra 20 minutes in the blistering heat just to find a banh mi that was 50 cents cheaper. I started saying no to things. A new friend would ask, "Want to go to the War Remnants Museum?" I'd check my wallet. Maybe tomorrow. I watched a group head out for a Mekong Delta boat tour, a must-do Vietnam experience, and had to pass because the $40 price tag was nearly 2 full days of my budget. I was in one of the most affordable countries in the world for travelers, and I felt completely restricted. I was so focused on pinching pennies, I was missing the whole point of being there. The dream of long-term carefree travel felt like a scam. Every dollar I spent felt like a grain of sand falling through the hourglass, bringing me one step closer to going home. I remember sitting on a tiny plastic stool on a Saigon street, nursing a cheap beer, just watching the world buzz by and feeling so frustrated. There had to be another way. There had to be a level of budget travel that the blogs weren't talking about. How were people staying here for 6 months or even a year? It was then that I decided I wasn't just going to travel Vietnam. I was going to crack its code. I was going to find the ultimate travel hack. The key to unlocking this country for someone who was truly broke. And that key was hiding in plain sight on the second page of a hostel booking site. With a price so low, I thought it had to be a mistake. My search became an obsession. Every night, I'd be glued to my laptop in a hostel common room, diving into booking sites. I ignored the sponsored listings and the top picks. I did something really simple, something most people never do. I sorted all the results by one thing: price, low to high. The first page was the usual stuff, the $5 to $10 dorms. But then I clicked to page 2 and page 3. And that's when I saw it. A price that made me blink. It had to be a typo. The listing was for a place called Khoi Hostel, and the price was a promotional rate. This price was so low it was practically free. We're talking around $1. It just seemed absurd. My first thought was, it's a scam. Or maybe the hostel doesn't actually exist. But I was way too curious. For a price that low, I had to find out. Or maybe it's a gimmick where they slam you with hidden fees when you show up. I clicked book, my heart kind of pounding, fully expecting some error message to pop up. But it went through. My confirmation email arrived. One night in an 8-bed dorm, all confirmed. The grand total was less than $1, thanks to a small booking fee. The next day felt like I was chasing a mirage. I packed my bag, checked out of my $10 room, and plugged the address for Khoi Hostel into my map. It was in District 1, the absolute center of Ho Chi Minh City, the most convenient spot for any backpacker. This just made the whole thing weirder. The cheapest hostel in the city was in the most expensive part of town. I walked down this maze of tiny alleys, where local life was happening all around me. People cooking, kids playing. And then I saw the sign, Koi Hostel. It was real. I stepped inside, braced for the worst, but was met by a simple, clean lobby and a friendly receptionist. I held my breath and showed her my booking. She just smiled, nodded, and handed me a key. No tricks, no extra fees. It was real. I had found the crack in the system. The ultra-cheap hostel wasn't a myth, it was my new home. Walking into that dorm room felt like I had entered a different dimension. Now let's be real about what $1 or $2 a night actually gets you. It's not a 5-star hotel, it's a bed. A simple metal frame bunk bed with a mattress, a locker, a shared bathroom, and Wi-Fi. And honestly, it was perfect. The place was genuinely clean. The sheets were fresh, the bathrooms were looked after, and it felt orderly. The other travelers were a mix of long-term backpackers, who, like me, had stumbled upon this unbelievable deal. We all kind of knew we were in on the same secret. The hostel even has a decent 7.9 out of 10 rating on booking sites, proving it delivers exactly what it promises. A safe, cheap place to sleep in an amazing location. But the bed wasn't the point. The point was what that bed represented. My daily accommodation cost had just plummeted from $10 to about $2. I was suddenly saving $8 a day. That's $56 a week. That was money for food, experiences, and transport. The lifespan of my trip had just gotten a massive extension. And Koi Hostel wasn't a total fluke. I found another place with a similar promotional price. Benthon Dorm Backpackers Hostel. Again, located right near the famous Benthon Market. Now, full disclosure, this place has a lower rating, around a 6.0 out of 10. It's more basic, a little rougher around the edges. But if all you need is a place to crash for the night, it works. Finding a second one proved this was a real thing, a subculture of budget travel for those willing to look. For those who want a small step up, my go-to in Ho Chi Minh City became Vai Da Backpackers Hostel. It costs a tiny bit more, maybe starting around $2 or $3. For that small increase, you get a spot known for being clean with a great social vibe. And it boasts an impressive 8.9 out of 10 rating. These 3 hostels create a spectrum of ultra-cheap options. These completely change the game for any backpacker in the city. Of course, the real test was whether this secret was just a Ho Chi Minh City thing, or if it could unlock the rest of Vietnam. So I headed north and discovered that while the super low promotional prices might be a Saigon specialty, the spirit of the secret, finding unique, incredibly affordable stays, was everywhere. My first stop was the mountain city of Lat. Here, the secret looked a little different. I found a place called Mr. Rot's Secret Stay. The secret here wasn't just the price, but the experience. While not $1 a night hostel, a private room can be found for around $10 to $15. The owner, Mr. Rot, is famous for his secret tour, an authentic trip into the highlands. This is where you might visit a cricket farm or the local Kaho village where he grew up, places most tourists never see. The value here was the incredible hospitality and unique adventure. It taught me that a secret hostel isn't always the cheapest, but one that offers an experience money can't normally buy. From there, I went to the ancient city of Hue. Here, the secret was homestays that function like hostels. I stayed at New Life Homestay for well under $10 a night. But I wasn't just getting a bed. I was being welcomed into a family. We had family dinners with amazing home-cooked food. The host gave us tips on the best local spots, far from the tourist traps. It was a cultural immersion that felt priceless, yet it cost less than a standard dorm bed. This is what I learned. The secret isn't one hostel. It's a mindset. It's about digging deeper and looking for places that offer incredible value. Whether that's a shockingly low price, a once-in-a-lifetime tour, or a real human connection. These hidden gems are scattered all across Vietnam, waiting for anyone willing to look. So we've uncovered the secret and seen how much it changes the game. If you're finding this useful and want more tips on how to travel the world on an extreme budget, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. I have a lot more secrets to share, and I'd love for you to join me on the next adventure. Okay, so I've shown you this world exists. Now for the most important part, how do you find these places? How do you copy this strategy to make your travel funds last way longer in Vietnam? It's easier than you think. You just have to change how you search. First, the golden rule. Master the sort by price function. On whatever booking site you're using, your first click should always be to filter from low to high. You have to be willing to scroll past page 1. The best deals are often buried on page 2 or 3 because that low price is their main selling point. Second, you have to be a detective. When you see a price that seems too good to be true, don't just ignore it. Click on it. Read the description and most importantly, read the recent reviews. This is non-negotiable. Reviews are your connection to reality. Are people complaining about hidden fees? Is it clean? Is it safe? For the super cheap places, you want to investigate a little closer, but the extra time might be worth it. If the recent reviews are good, you've probably found a winner. Third, know where to look in a big city like Ho Chi Minh. The biggest concentration of these hostels are in central areas like District 1. It seems backward, but that's where the competition is fiercest, which drives down prices for those who are okay with basic accommodations. Fourth, think about timing. If you can be flexible, travel during the shoulder or low seasons. While there's no magic day of the week to book, giving yourself a week or two of lead time generally gets you better rates than booking at the last minute when prices can creep up. And finally, don't be afraid to just show up. Some of the best hidden gems aren't even listed online. Once you're in a city, talk to other travelers, ask locals. Sometimes the best secrets are passed by word of mouth. If you combine these search strategies with a little on-the-ground exploring, you can find the absolute best deals out there. So what is Vietnam's best-kept secret for broke backpackers? It's not one specific hostel. It's the powerful realization that your accommodation cost, your biggest daily expense, can be slashed to almost nothing. It's knowing that for the price of a coffee, you can get a safe place to sleep. This frees up the rest of your budget for what actually matters, the experience. Think about your daily budget. Now imagine taking $10 out of it every single day. That's money for a cooking class, a kayaking trip in Ha Long Bay, or trying every dish at a night market. It's the freedom to say yes. This isn't just a travel tip, it's a complete shift in mindset. It transforms backpacking from a trip with a deadline into a sustainable lifestyle. You're no longer just a tourist passing through. You have the time to go deeper and connect with the country in a way most people never get to. The secret isn't about being cheap, it's about being free. That was my experience cracking the code to Vietnam. But I know these kinds of hacks exist all over the world. So I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a travel hack that completely changed how you travel in a country? Drop your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them, and I'm sure everyone else would too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.